Bruce Lorincz, and this show is called Bruce on the Loose. We talk to people throughout Wadsworth, the school system and churches, and now Marian's Closet. Thank you very much, Teresa Berry, for hosting. And how long have you been involved in this venture?
Well, first of all, thank you, Bruce, for coming out here to see us. I've been here now 3 years. 3 years as of July.
Have you learned a lot during those 3 years? And you really have to work with a lot of different people. I was surprised at how many people were working and helping today.
I know. On any average day, we probably have close to 10 volunteers working here.
Wow.
We have over 50 volunteers total that help us in the store, and we have 5 shifts, and then we have 1 cleaning crew.
We have opportunities for more people moving into Wadsworth and looking for something to do. Could you squeeze them in?
Absolutely, we can, because sometimes they're here for a period in their life, and then they have new responsibilities, life changes, and so yeah, we have some transitioning off, you know what I mean? Or maybe with some of our older volunteers, maybe they figure out they can't do as much as they were able to. But irregardless, we've got a wonderful crew.
What about back to school? You know, we just finished, but then we're anticipating a new school year.
Yes.
I imagine that is a big time for families to come in and get items for youth going to school.
They absolutely do. If we'll probably show that section. There's a section here right now where we could honestly do BOGO. In other words, we have so many things here. We could allow people to get twice their normal limits, and that's with our kids' clothing. Now the boys, as usual, is a little slimmer pickings, but the girls' clothing I could do BOGO, honestly. So
what is the limit?
The limit here is for a child. It's 20 items per month.
Oh my,
okay,
that seems a lot. That seems like quite a bit.
That does seem like quite a bit. But the reason we can do 20 per month is because that's how much is coming through our doors. So we can do that. We could readjust it if we find that we just don't have those kind of numbers. But
so the Wadsworth people are stepping up and responding to the need, and they are donating things right and left, I guess.
Yes, they do. Donations, that's what fuels this place. So when I look at what's coming through our doors, on any one day, about 800 items go out of the store in 3 hours. Wow. Okay, so that means over 800 are coming through the back door. Wow. Okay, just to give you kind of a visual. It's really hard to imagine these kind of things, and if you came in during a shift, you would be somewhat amazed. We just had a youth group that came in and worked on Wednesday, and they were shocked. They said, well, we thought there might be a need. They said, we had no idea how big the need is. So, but yeah, the community, they are what fuels this. Their donations make it happen, their monetary donations. We've got churches, we've got civic groups, we've got Blue Tip Festival committee that donates money to us. We have so many different places that help make this the place. I mean, 4-H groups. I've got schools that send out people to help us. So there's just a lot. There's a lot of moving pieces, but in a good way.
I didn't hear you mention the golf outing.
Oh no!
one of your biggest fundraisers coming up.
Yeah, that is our only fundraiser. Okay. So that's a good point. We have, for the golf outing, we have 30 teams that will be golfing. Right now, we have 29 that are registering. We have 1 spot available. So if you're a golfer, it is a way fun time. We'll be at the beautiful Chippewa Golf Course on August 1st, which is a Friday. And shotgun start will be at 9 o'clock, registration starting at 8. And within that, it is for a team, it's $500 for a team to register. It's $125 per golfer. If you come to the store and register, we give a $25 off team discount. And that is only because we want people to see what we're doing in the store. And it changes people when they come in and they donate. I had a guy donate something, and he wanted just to talk to me. We're talking about the golf outing and some other things. And he goes, there goes my comforter. And in that moment, he was like, I had no idea, because we are throughput. So when people donate, it's immediately getting sorted and moved through the store and put where it belongs in the store. So we're set up just like a regular store.
So it isn't just Wadsworth families that benefit. We could be helping out Rittman and Doylestown and Akron City. Yeah. And what is their responsibility as a family?
Yeah. So you're right. So primarily people are coming from they're coming from Wadsworth and the neighboring communities. They're not driving a long distance. And the responsibility of the families we have a maintenance fee, we call it. And so for a family to shop in our store for the whole year, for 2025, it's $20. And they can get, and we talked about the number of items they can get per child per month, but they can also get up to 30 items per adult per month. They can get 15 accessories per family member. They can get 6 household items for their house, and those would be things like blankets and sheet sets and towels and maybe dishes, that kind of stuff. And then we have behind you, we have shoes, we have belts, we have diapers, we have wipes, we have feminine products, frequently we'll have toilet paper, and we'll have Tide Pods. Those 2 things are actually supplied through a grant from Blue Tip.
I looked at some of the racks before the show, and some of the pants and blouses rarely used, just gently used, and boy, that could be wonderful for a young lady or a little student going to school.
Yeah, and we want to give people nice things that you would want to put on your own child. You know what I'm saying? Things that you would want to wear yourself. So. Yeah, and the people in the community, they donate nice things. So
tell us the hours of operation. I know it's not 8 hours a day.
Right.
It's certain hours and certain days. So why don't we go over that?
We'll go over that. So we are open Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then we have a second shift we added in the afternoon to help accommodate families that can't come in the morning, and that is 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. We have a Thursday 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. shift, and a Friday and Saturday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So we actually have 5 shifts during the week.
So you're probably hitting someone if someone's working.
Yes.
That's Friday or Saturday. That might be available to them, and they could come in. And everyone's welcome. The families, are welcome, and you want to help them out.
Right. And it's nice because it's fun watching kids come in the store and looking at clothing and being able to choose their own clothing, to have a choice and not be, well, this is all we have,
Tell us about your volunteers. I was amazed at the number, and they really knew what they had to do. I mean, they were vacuuming, they were sorting, they were doing all sorts of things. You must really crack the whip, and they really know what they have to do.
No, I do not crack the whip. They're an amazing volunteer force. The training actually happens within the volunteers. So when a new person joins us, we start them out generally with bringing things out from the back of the store, from the sorting area, to the front, hanging them up on racks, putting things in the household area, putting shoes out, stuff like that. And then that's the initial phase. So they start to understand where things belong in the store and start to see what things should look like that come through our doors. And then after that, some people will choose, they'll be like, I want to help sort. In other words, look through things, make sure there are no stains, they're not ripped up. That they're in good shape, okay? And so then some people will choose to do that. I have other people that are trained to work on the computers. We have laptops up front. And so we do keep track of everything that goes out of the store so that we can keep track of those limits I told you about. Right. So when families check out, when they're done shopping, they can be up here, they will sort everything by family member, and then they'll tell us. They'll be like, I've got 5 items of clothing for Joey, for example, and then I have 2 accessories, 2 pairs of shoes, stuff like that. They're able to sort things out, and then we put those in the computer. But we do have a lot of our volunteers are cross-trained, so they can work in the back, they can work in what we call back in the sorting area, they can work here in the store. The other thing is being able to help customers when they're shopping to find things, and also to help them. We'll have volunteers sometimes that'll help people carry things out because maybe the item is too bulky or hard for them to carry out. And we also have volunteers in the back where they're accepting donations, helping people empty their donations into the sorting area, because sometimes people need help with that.
And you talked about this is the summer hours. Is it consistent over autumn and
yes,
winter?
This is our hours.
Do you have some people leave and go to Florida or Georgia?
Yes. Yeah, we do. We have some volunteers that are, snowbirds, you know what I'm saying? And then they come back. And then I actually have some that are the flip, where they travel to another area in the winter. So So we do have some people that do transition that way too, and that's fine.
So those openings are still there, and
Oh, yeah,
people, if they
exactly.
looking for something to do and help
Absolutely.
out others,
Yeah.
there's something we
Yeah.
can do.
People, it is just a wonderful opportunity. You can see things happening in real time, and that is, I think, very rewarding to our volunteers. It's very rewarding to the community. That's why I love it when people come from the community, and actually I love to give tours and show them what we're doing in real time, because I don't think people really understand what kind of benefit we're providing in this store. Because we talked about how many items go out of the store. I mean, last year 154,000 items went out of the store. Of that, 25,000. Well, I'm going to say it was like 800 and I believe 90 packages of diapers. When we get diapers, we repackage them into monthly allotments. Okay, so I mean, we're talking crazy numbers, and it happens because we have a community that's highly invested. This is a Wadsworth-born nonprofit, Wadsworth-supported nonprofit. It's amazing. And when I talk to other groups around the area, this is such a unique thing, and I wish I would have thought of it. It was brilliant.
COVID-19 really started the need for people to, get help, and it hasn't stopped really, has it? I mean,
No.
COVID-19 is something that be with us for a while, I think.
Yeah, I think it obviously, I think it really, it caused certain issues within our young people. Just everything was very much disrupted during that time. Our numbers, what's interesting, we were running at a very fast pace before COVID-19. When COVID-19 hit, we did have some volunteers that had to step down. We had hours that were slashed a little bit, not slashed, but they were less. We had to have less hours, and we've since ramped it up plus those. So we're back to where we were. The numbers of items going out of the store are back to pre-COVID-19, which is it's just an interesting thing that happened. It was a very interesting time. We can only have so many people in the store, you know what I'm saying? It was complex. Okay.
And it really, you have a lot of books here. I happened to go out on a rock and rack and saw Disney songs, and I started singing a lot of Hakuna Matata. Not very good, but that reminded me of kids get those books and they read them or get help from older brothers or sisters or their parents, and that helps their growth.
Yeah, we have a kids section for books in the back corner. We also have adult books, and we have CDs, DVDs, stuff like that. Those actually are unlimited, so people can take what they want of those. And then the other thing that we didn't talk about, we do have a lot of partnerships with organizations in town. Sure. So we have, there's a TV monitor at the front of the store, and we actually have slides that are constantly rolling. It's not on right now, but because we're not with our customers, but they show them, they explain what's available in town, like whether it's, food pantries or, St. Vincent de Paul has that laundry service that they offer twice a month for people in town and in Rittman. And so there's just trying to help people that are just in tough straits.
No question about it. Why don't we go ahead and reposition and have a second portion of our show in just a moment. We're back with Marian's Closet, and Teresa, we're back in an area where people can bring things.
Right.
And is it open to anyone can bring things? And do you have receipts if people want to have it claim on income tax?
Yes, we do. We have receipts in the back corner. They're already prepared, signed, ready to go, and then we just add the date to them. So when people come and donate, yes, so they can use that. Anybody can donate. We have people that they actually make the effort and drive here from communities like Worcester and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. It's pretty incredible. People they just want to be part of a great thing.
So it's really gratifying to clean out your closets and empty out some coats or sweaters or something, but also they could get credit for it.
Yeah, they can. As far as the one thing I do want to say, when people are doing donations to us, we are very season specific. So and that's where it gets messy, okay? Right. Because we talked about the fact that we are a throughput operation, okay? So we're not storing stuff on site. So when we're taking, so right now we're doing summer clothing, and just think about things that you would need for back to school, because it's still going to be hot when you're going back. And then we will transition. So when people are interested in seeing what's happening, one of the easy ways they can do is to look on Facebook. If they do social media, they can peek there and see what's going on. They can always call the store. the one thing that we have, one of the problems that we have is this space is really small. And unfortunately, there are times where we get totally overwhelmed with donations. And we have to just shut down so we can catch up, because it becomes an absolute hazard back here because it's so packed. So there are times that happens, and it's such a disappointment for somebody to drive here and then find out, oh, we're closed. So I encourage people, before you come over, if you've got a good sized donation, give us a call so you know what we're doing right now, and you don't get stuck like with us saying we can't take it at this moment because we have so much. And we talked about the goodness of Wadsworth and the surrounding communities. That's reflective of
So
that.
we'll have to wait a few months for winter. So
yes,
the winter
wait
coats and boots
yes, exactly.
and those types
Please
of things.
Wait. Please wait. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So those
right.
heavyweight things, the heavyweight sweaters, all those things, you're going to wait a few months, okay?
What about these things on the rack? Were those just brought in recently?
Yes, those came in today, I'm sure.
Oh, Abe, this is a unicorn. Abe, make sure you get that. My daughters loved unicorns. I can't believe that cute little top is there, just looking at us and winking at us. Unbelievable. Some nice things there.
Yeah, we do the community gives us nice things, so we exist for that purpose. So she's there's another person. I'll take this, just a sec.
What do we have here?
Oh, here's another cute bathing suit.
Oh, yes.
So cute stuff if you look at it. This is really, it wasn't worn a lot. Nice and new looking, and some little girl is going to be thrilled.
And children grow so fast. I mean, but they might, again, maybe one summer.
Yeah,
it's
probably
they
one
go
summer.
2 or 3 times, and then it's snug, and it doesn't fit them.
Yeah, so that's how this works. So the other thing I have to say, people are it's confusing because we have such high limits here. But the other thing to remember is we do not have changing rooms. So especially for women, it's not like we go and we buy a pair of pants and it's like a guy where it's a waist and length. We have vanity sizing and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Right.
So it's not unusual for maybe a woman to go shopping here and then take their stuff home and go, that didn't really work. And guess what? When they come shopping the next time, they bring it to the back door and it goes back out for the next person who can find value in it.
Tell us a little bit about some of the organizations, groups you mentioned briefly, but tell us about some of the civic groups that really assist you.
Right. So we've had different civic groups have donated financially to us. And I've talked to different groups and they've done drives. So, and I don't want to miss any group, but think about like lion. I joke about the animals. So think about lions and eagles and, and then we have Rotary and we have, you might have to remind me.
Various church groups?
Yeah, there's church groups. The diapers that we have in here, so when I talked about all those diapers that go out, those are primarily provided by church groups that do diaper drives for us. So that comes in that way. We have the civic. We have, sometimes when we get volunteer groups that come in here, they will bring a particular donation. So we've had, an example would be Sacred Heart. We've had class come in here and they'll help in the store and they'll bring a donation with them when they come. And it's so cute because they're just coming from down the street. So they'll bring a wagon with them and they'll be carrying stuff in their hands and also have that wagon where they're bringing maybe diapers or something like that to help us.
It's nice for young people, especially with community service, to see and to actually feel the need that other people might have.
Exactly. I think it also broadens our perspective because we might have a certain idea of who, what we think of somebody who is in need looks like. And once you start working here, you're like, oh, I get it. Let's say you're a family and you've got 4 kids and, it doesn't pay for the mom to work outside the home. And you know what I'm saying? And, so we don't really always understand, who might benefit from us. But helping them stretch their dollars so they can pay for things like their medical bills or that they can, it might even be food on their table or something like that. So we're here to help people stretch.
And it seems like the economy, what took $40 to get groceries is now well over 100, and it's not getting any easier in society, is it?
No, it's not. So being able to provide these things at the way we do it is incredible. And we talked about that $20 for that family. There are some families that can't do the 20 immediately, so they pay over a few months, and they're able to do that. We're not we're not trying to make money, but there is a certain amount of pride that people have to be able to say that they're a member of this community and they're part of it.
No question about it. How does it make the workers feel when they see people coming in and they just put an item out and then it's
exactly.
gone the next time they come?
Yeah, it is. Well, actually, it isn't even. Sometimes it's way quicker than that. It's pretty much it goes out and it's gone. So it isn't even that we have time. There'll be things where I'll come through the back and, they'll be sorting stuff and I'll be like, oh, that's not going to last long. And it's true because, like I said, the community is so generous and they do provide such nice things for people.
What can you tell the community? Just expand, keep it up, and we really like your donations, and it really is very helpful to people.
Yeah, I guess what I would say is thank you. Thank you from all of us at Marian's Closet. Thank you from the volunteers, from the board. Thank you from our customers that come in and need help. I can't say it enough. And we couldn't do this without you. This is, it's a partnership with everybody, whether it's the civic organization, the churches, whether it's the schools. We're all doing it together, and we're doing a phenomenal work, and thank you.
The only negative I would say with your operation, the parking lot out here is pretty small. So people park on the street, they park on Lyman, they park up on the other street, and it's doable, but it's tight.
It is challenging. Okay.
Yes,
you're right.
good.
It is challenging. And so within that, it's not just for the customers coming in, it's for people trying to donate.
Right.
It is.
And the workers.
And the workers. The workers are all parking down in the Methodist lot.
Oh, okay.
With a few exceptions. Obviously, I have MS, so I park across the street usually. But it's challenging. And you know what? That's the one thing that we love. We love the fact the United Methodist Church, this is their property that they own that we rent, and they have been so generous. But I have to admit, this is probably our biggest challenge is parking and even the size of the store. We could have more things out. We could have less time where we have to close donations and stuff like that if we had a little bigger footprint. But it is what it is, and guess what? We're making it work.
So again, go over the days and hours of operation. I think that's really important.
Okay, we're going to go over that again.
Yes.
Wednesdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then we have a 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. shift. Thursdays, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then Fridays and Saturdays, we have a 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. shift.
So what do you do Monday, Tuesday? Get things prepared and get things ready for people to come in?
So Monday is a day off in the closet. And then Tuesday, we have a cleaning crew that comes in, and then they vacuum the store, wipe things down, and get it all back together again, because sometimes life happens.
Teresa Bear, I enjoyed talking with you and learning more about Marian's Closet, and hopefully people will come in, donate. People will come in and purchase things for back to school and for their own purpose, and you do a wonderful job helping out the community. I appreciate all your efforts.
Well, thank you, Bruce, and thanks for this opportunity. Hi, Wadsworth community.
Thanks for viewing Bruce on the Loose, and we'll be back next week with another important show. Thanks for viewing.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.